to start the gravy, you start with the neck and the innard pieces that are inside the bird. Remember to remove them and make sure you remove the paper and the plastic and everything.
Yes.
And you put them in a pot of water with salt and pepper, and you simmer it all day while you are cooking your bird. After this has simmered for hours and hours, you can take the necks and pieces and kind of shred some meat off of it and get some of the meat into the stock. You know, it's a little hot, so it's probably best to cool it first.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of the meat, not a lot, and then discard the necks and bones and such. Just a little bit in there.
Okay.
So the next thing we do is we make a roux, which is melted butter and flour mixed together. You want the flour to be totally saturated in fat. So you can come look at what that looks like. We melt the butter completely, use a whisk, and then add enough flour, which is going to be the thickener for the gravy. So add flour, totally saturate it in the butter. You see what that looks like? How thick that is? And then we take the stock that we made earlier and we slowly add the stock with a whisk into the roux, the flour and butter mixture. And we whisk it so that we don't have lumps over a low heat. And then we salt and pepper it, and we let it simmer and thicken before the next step, which is to deglaze the turkey pan and use the drippings and add those drippings into the gravy. Okay, so now we pull the turkey out of the oven and let it cool a bit, and then we will use the pan drippings for the gravy. So with the pan drippings, I often put them on top of the stove and then turn on the heat and with a whisk deglaze the pan with a little bit of water. But I'm not going to do too much of that with this pan because there's a lot of burnt drippings in this. So I'm just going to get a little bit of the reserved liquid, and then I put it in this container that separates the fat from the juices. And you wait for the fat to rise to the top, and then you pour it out of this container, and it gives you just the juices into the gravy. So here's the final gravy after I added the drippings into it. You could reduce it and make it a little thicker if you like. You could add less drippings if you like to keep it a little thicker, or add more. And then add salt to taste. That's it.